Hi, my name is Judy Murphy, and I'm applying for the fourth grade teaching position at Southeast Christian Church. And today I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a special education major. I taught early childhood special education for a year and a half. And then as my husband went to seminary to become a pastor, I taught the emotionally handicapped in a kindergarten through fifth grade self-contained classroom. Loved the experience. I taught there for 3 years, then took a year's sabbatical while my husband did his vicarage at a congregation in Central Illinois, and I got my degree in curriculum and instruction from Southern Illinois University. And then I went back to teaching again. I taught 1 more year in the emotionally handicapped classroom and then was given a second grade position. And I taught there until my husband took his first call into a congregation, at which time I stayed at home with my children. So I've also taught homeschooling. I have 7 children, and I've homeschooled from 2000, the year 2000, till this year. And I love that experience too. Had some experience teaching in a co-op. So that's a little bit about my background. You asked to hear about my philosophy of education, so I went ahead and wrote that down. I think the most important objective of any educator is to create lifelong learners with a passion for learning and exploring the world around them. Students need to be taught how to learn as well as memorizing information. In order to bring meaning to learning, the students must know why they are learning what they are learning. I try to instill in my students a love of literature. I myself love books, and I want to create in them a desire to read the great books. I believe that to achieve this love, a student must have a strong phonics education and the opportunity to engage in challenging, entertaining, and informative literature. Reading, I believe, is the key to learning. If a child can read well, they can learn just about anything. It is the most important skill. A child that can read can explore new worlds, learn new concepts on his or her own. It is important that a child be exposed to a language-rich environment with role models who teach them that reading is an enjoyable activity. And I, as a teacher, would like to be that role model for them. I love to discuss good literature with my students and be that model for them for a love of reading. Each student has unique strengths, and learning material needs to be presented using a variety of instructional strategies, taking into consideration their varied learning styles and the aptitudes of each student. As a special education teacher, I strongly believe that all students can learn, provided the information is presented at a pace and in a manner that they need. With dedication, perseverance, and hard work, each student can reach their highest potential. It is the job of the educator to provide a safe, stimulating, and challenging environment that is conducive to student achievement. I've taught in a math magnet elementary school in Fort Wayne, and I believe that hands-on instruction and actively engaging students leads to deeper understanding and learning. Students should be held to high standards of behavior and accountability for learning. Religious education and moral character development were always important components of my homeschool curriculum, and daily Bible reading and memorization are the first priority of each day. I've always taught in the public school system, and I'm excited about the opportunity to work in a Christian environment and teach students about their Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I have been a Sunday school teacher with my husband's congregation, Grace Lutheran Church in Parker, for the last 10 years or so that I've been there, leading Vacation Bible School, leading children's Christmas programs, and purchasing the curriculum for all of the teachers and managing all the teachers within the church. I love teaching there. While the teacher and school have an important role in a child's education, I believe parents have a vital role to play. They are the child's first and most important teacher. As such, they need to be included in the educational process, and good communication with parents is important. It is also important that all the educational staff work together and communicate well with each other. As an early childhood special education teacher, like I said earlier, would communicate with occupational therapists, speech therapists, physical therapists, and parents almost on a daily basis. Weekly newsletters to parents are a great tool to keep in touch with parents, and I kept portfolios on each student and would share these periodically with the parents. I did a thesis on authentic assessment tools such as portfolio assessment, and I believe that they're even useful at the 4th grade level. It is a way to collect a few polished samples of the students' work in individual binders, showcasing the material that they've learned over the year. It gives the students something to be proud of, and also helps them remember what they've learned during that past year. Parents can then see it when they come in for parent conferences, and I think it's a wonderful keepsake that encourages them to take pride in the learning environment. I love teaching and would be honored if you would give me the opportunity to teach the students at Southeast Christian School. Pause.